Here we are at the Freedom Convoy in St. John's, Newfoundland. Listen to this. It's deadly. There are about a couple of hundred cars driving through downtown St. John's, Newfoundland, and people are showing their solidarity to this beautiful movement. I think it's a beautiful movement. Of course, many people will disagree with us. Thanks to police. Thank you. The police are letting us go through the intersection. My goodness, you have to see. There's like about, I don't know, maybe 50, 60 cars in front of me, and behind me just as many. That's my friend Doug over there, and Leah in the back in the blue Jeep behind me. We have completely blocked off the traffic here by Village Mall, which is a big shopping center here in Newfoundland, in St. John's, Newfoundland. People are patiently just waiting for us to pass by because this is very important. We are here demonstrating for our freedoms. There's a complete gridlock here on both sides. We are the only ones able to pass. Thank you to the local police officers who have organized themselves to let us go through this particular part of the town. What can you say? What can you say? I mean, people say this is all about vaccines, this is all about mandates, and it is, really. It is more than that. It is about centuries of abuse of the rich elite towards 99% of population of this world. My grandfather was a slave to this system. My father was a slave to this system. I am a slave to this system. My children will be slave to this system, working for, $12 an hour if they are lucky. Don't get me wrong. We are lucky. We are able to demonstrate. We are the chosen ones who woke up this morning. God could have taken our lives away last night. We are here for a reason. God gave us this life to do something with it. And this is what we are doing. It might be a silly thing. But people are with us. People are speaking up against the abuse that went on for way, way, way too long. You have to understand that as we speak now, millions are dying, millions are suffering, crying, children are being abused, sold, adults, every day they're buying us or they're selling us. A lot of people are giving us thumbs down, and that's their own choice. People misunderstand what this is all about. I am fully vaccinated, so is my whole family. I'll follow every single thing that is being, given to us by our government. And we are lucky that our government is providing free medical care, free vaccines, which kind of makes you wonder, why are they free? Who is making money from all this? But here we are. Here we are, doing what we can do to let everybody know that there needs to be transparency, in the world. We have to know what is going on. We have to know what they want to do with us. Because nobody knows what is going on. But we are sick and tired of centuries of abuse. And we are on the right track, I think. In my opinion, Better things are coming. We are now aware of all the injustices we have done to our fellow men and women. Thousands and thousands of dead children in residential schools. Thousands of millions, hundreds of thousands of slaves taken from Africa. Wars fought around the world in the name of the dollar, money. We know now that while some people are suffering, the other people are getting rich. And that has to stop. The same people that made money on my misery in Bosnia and Herzegovina are still in power. The people that organized the war, the people that organized the camps in which they held children, women, men for their own pleasure. Later they took their land, they took their houses, they took their money so they can build their own little compounds. They have beautiful homes with swimming pools, while 99% of the population is struggling putting food on the table. It doesn't have to be like this. We have enough food. We have enough money. Look, there are millions of freaking brand new cars lying around because they don't want to give them to us for free. Now when Corona happened, suddenly we have enough money to give everybody, to do basic income, whatever that call it. They call it Serb here, which is ironic. Serb is a local, constitute people of Bosnia and Herzegovina. We have Croats, Serbs, and Bosniaks. Now we are all Serbs, which is great. I love Serbs. They're my good friends. There are horrible Serbs, there are horrible Bosniaks, there are horrible Finlanders, of course. But there are really good Serbs. There are people who have saved my life. And just like with this protest, we have good people, we have bad people. We have people out there who are imposters, they are infiltrators. They come out with these like swastika signs, with these whatever. I don't agree with anybody, really. I don't agree with Justin Trudeau. I don't agree with Pat King. I don't agree with anybody. We all have something good and something bad. The reality is, I just don't want to be a bloody slave anymore. I don't want to slave away for next 30 years pumping gas to people traveling around while I'm just looking at them and enjoying their lives. I'm finally able to enjoy my own life and do something with it. And this is what I'm doing, driving around in this huge column of people. Thank you to the police. Again, they're letting us go through every single Wow, sorry about that. My phone went down. Let me see. Right, it's not a very safe thing to do, but we are driving pretty slowly, so it's okay. Sorry about that. Again, the beautiful part of this whole movement is that everybody is just supporting each other and themselves, because that's all we have to do. We are the people, and as people, we need to help each other. 99% of us are suffering within this system, while 1% is enjoying themselves. That's not cool. Everybody share this world. There is enough to go around for everybody. There is, really. And if there isn't, if you want to get rid of us, sure, you can do that. But give us, transparency. Let us know what is on the go. Why do some countries do this, other countries don't do that? There is way too much inconsistency within the movement. Some huge noise happening. I hope it's not my car. Yes, thank you very much to the government of Newfoundland and the local city hall for actually helping us get through this. Now the thing is, here at the entrance to Columbus Drive, we actually don't have a way to get in. There's no police securing us here, so that was a little bit dangerous. But nevertheless, we are here. We're back on the road. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean,
please connect your phone to use the system.
there you go. My car is speaking to me. This is what I'm doing on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Next week we're going to be doing music. It has become almost illegal now to demonstrate, as you know that the government of Canada is freezing assets of people for demonstrating and protesting, physically removing them from demonstrations in Ottawa. And I understand that as well. They want the world to go on. The thing is, if the world goes on, if we go back to that normal, whatever the normal was before, we will go back to slavery again, where you have to work 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week, 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet. That's not cool. That's just not cool. That's not a way to live your life. People work in jobs that they don't want to be at, making very little money, trying to support themselves. Good luck starting a family, having children, you know, because who is going to support you? Who? Okay, we're back. Okay, we went to another intersection. A whole lot of nothing, but here I am. Please understand that none of us are violent. None of us want to change the world for the worse. We want to change the world for the better. We all want to have an equal chance at happiness. I don't know what else to say. Personally, I'm happy with the way the Canadian government has taken care of me. I am totally taken care of. I get about $270 every week during the pandemic, during the lockdown. So during the lockdown, you know, I get some money. When the lockdown goes down, I have to go back to find work. I am currently a student, so finding work is a little bit difficult. I support myself by playing music. And I'm constantly in minus, you know, I'm not able to meet all my bills and everything, and that's okay. I mean, honestly, like I said, we are fine here. I can't imagine, like, my father lives in Bosnia and Herzegovina. During the lockdown, they get absolutely nothing from their government. Nothing. Our government is sharing, so kudos. I ask myself, where is the money coming from? You know, a lot of times, as I said in my previous videos, when you actually turn on the heat in St. John's, you kill 2 people in Saudi Arabia because of all this connection with gas and oil and whatnot. It is not a good place to be in. It's not a good world to be in which, you know, in order for you to be happy, somebody else has to suffer. That's just not cool. Nobody has to suffer for my happiness except for me. Here we are stuck in the middle of the intersection. That's okay. There's a huge column, and kudos to the government of Newfoundland and Labrador and the city of St. John's for organizing the police officers and setting them up around the town so we get free pass through intersections and the roads. Generally, people do support us. A lot of people don't. They have their own reasons why. Again, this is not about vaccines. This is not about mandates. It is about that as well. It is about freedom. To me personally, it is about thousands of years of oppression. We all know now that all the conspiracy theories are true. We know that Dorian Gray is alive. Aliens are real. Whether you want to believe it or not, it doesn't matter. You can believe whatever you want. The reality is none of us can prove absolutely anything because none of us have an access to this whole information. that is around us. We want transparency. We want to know what the hell is going on, why they're doing this to us, and what the plan is. And let's all get on the same page and figure out what is the best way to move forward. Until then, people will continue demonstrating. This is not just about vaccines, although it's a big part. We'll go to another intersection. It is a beautiful day, man. I love it. I love it. Today we decided not to actually have a concert because of the somber mood. Today's demonstration, as you know, today is February 19th or something like that. Yesterday was February 18th. It was Friday. The Canadian government has decided to send in the police and the army to deal with the protesters. So we saw a whole bunch of, I wouldn't call it violence, but it looked a lot like it. The police keep saying that nobody was injured, and kudos to them, I'm glad. But it just sends out really, really difficult message to people. People are scared. Nobody really wants to go through another war over something like this. Okay, we cut up with the rest of the column. I mean, this is me just talking to myself, to this camera, enjoying a beautiful ride. I'm here, I just showed up. I don't know what this is all about. There's a person over there taking a video and waving at us. A lot of people are happy because they see that somebody is standing up for something. Nobody knows what this thing is all about. Nobody. The Illuminati at after 30th level probably do know. All the people that are at the lesser levels, they don't. Everybody is told, we're all on a kind of need to know basis. Because nobody knows what is going on, where we're going, what we are doing. But it reminds us a lot to what happened to a lot of countries just before this conflict, or the war broke out. We'll see what happens in the future. I don't know. I am happy to be just a part of something, honestly. Because I can sit at home, or I can just go take this ride to town with my friends and just enjoy myself on this beautiful day. This morning I'm lucky enough because I have my vax passport. My friend and I went to a local farmer's market, had a beautiful meal. It is almost like there are two worlds now, right? Of people who kind of live this, let's say, called normal life. They go to bars and restaurants, and these people who are unable to go to these bars and restaurants because they don't have a vax pass. So for last 2 years or something like that, I don't know how long the vax passes have been around, 6 months I guess, I don't know. People haven't been to bars, restaurants. It's just, it's ridiculous, and their complaints are legitimate. They don't know what the vaccines are about, and all the companies have said that, they don't even know, they don't think that they work as well as they should have. We had first shot, second shot, now we have the booster. The Israeli government said even after the fourth shot it still doesn't work. And that's fine. I mean, I don't expect the scientists to immediately come up with a beautiful solution to everything. I'm cool with following the science if the science is taking us to a good place. But again, I keep saying there is no transparency. We don't know what is going on. We want to know. We should know. You know, like the X-Files. The truth is out there. Or, you know, a few good men can't handle the truth. We can't handle the truth. We are not adults enough to know what is going on. I remember that movie, you know, Men in Black. One of the main characters said that, you know, if people knew what was on the go, they would freak out. They need to continue on with their lives, so they keep making pizzas, keep going to work, you know. But the reality is, like, I think most people are fed up. Whether you were on the side of vaccinated, unvaccinated, or whatever the hell the division is, nobody's really having a great time. I mean, look at the nurses. I had a mini stroke last week. I had to go to hospital. My dear doctors and dear nurses, man, they work like 12 hours shifts, day in, day out, and without a break. We are there at the, you know, breaking point. It's very, very difficult for them. It's very difficult for us. And even this convoy is causing many people to be angry at us because, like, we are doing something bad to the system. We're not. We're just trying to bring awareness to what has been going on for centuries. I mean, you cannot ignore all the horrible things we have done to each other and we are still doing to each other. Again, you know, like I said a million times so far, I come from Bosnia and Herzegovina. We have seen it all. The same people that organized camps in which people were killed, raped, murdered, tortured, are still in power. They own companies, they own the means of production, they still provide jobs. So people who were tortured, raped, whose family members were completely brutally murdered, are forced to go back to their killers, rapists, and beg for jobs. That is not cool, man. That is not cool. You know, while you're slaving away in your company, your boss is traveling the world and having sex with whomever he wants. The morality doesn't seem to apply to the rich people. You know, if you look at like big events, the celebrities are walking around without masks, you know, getting richer and richer while we are forced to, you know, wear our mask 2 feet to the table, like, you know, wear your mask from the door to the table. Nothing makes sense. I'm totally okay. I honestly think it's just like a psychological kind of test to see who will follow this, rather than, you know, rather than the actual like reality of a problem. Because if the the masks, if they work or if they don't work, it doesn't matter. Like, as soon as you get to the table, let's say you have to put on your mask at the front door, walk to the table, which is a couple of feet, and take off your mask and sit down and to enjoy your meal, and you're still spreading germs. It doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. So there's something that is wrong. Kids are forced to wear masks the whole day in school. I mean, if your mask falls down below your nose, I mean, the teachers get angry at you because they have to. So teachers are stressed. They are starting to hate children. Children are stressed. They are starting to hate teachers. There's so much hate and animosity because of bloody masks. Well, if there is a problem, then lock us down. Let's figure out what the problem is. But don't create these double standards, because it creates this confusion. The reason, even now, like what is happening is like people are hating us, and we're like, you know, supposed to defend ourselves. You know, every time I go out to play a concert now, there's people that come out and start like spitting at us, flipping us off, like yelling at us, telling us to go, you know, whatever, somewhere else and die. Why? Why? Because I'm playing music in the street and telling them this is not okay. Look, I've done everything you've asked me to do. I've taken all the shots, and, you know, I'm glad that the government is supporting me and giving me some money. And thank you, Canada. thank you so much for this. I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. You don't understand how grateful I am to be here doing this, rather than let's say being a Chinese Uyghur in a re-education camp. There's 1 million people in China creating and making all these phones and everything for us while they are in camps. The Chinese government decided to re-educate Chinese Muslims and take the men away from their families, send them to these camps, while they assign a member of a communist party to go live with their families. These male members of Communist Party are instructed to sleep in the same bed with these women, somebody's wives, in order to re-educate them. This is insane. 21st century. Imagine if somebody comes to your home, takes you away, and takes over your life. He becomes your wife's husband. He becomes, you know, your children's father. Why? How can anybody do that? I mean, the reality is that in Canada that's completely normal. Like, we have basically 81.7% of single mothers households. 81.7% of fathers do not live with their children. It's okay. This is a new world. The family as we know is gone. It's gone. You know, I have given away my own wife, my own children to somebody else. I'm taking care of somebody else's. We have all become like a big commune of big exchange, you know, of like families and whatnot. And okay, but that's also not cool. One of the main problems is that there's absolutely no support in place for our families. If we want to have, you know, a healthy family unit and healthy children, we have to provide them support. We have to provide them guidance. The government, you know, gets you married and then they disappear from your life until you get divorced. So that's not cool also. That's not cool. That's just not cool. There needs to be more support. More support for our people, for our children. So much more. Please follow my videos on Newfound Bosnia. There's a lot more that I'm discussing there about all this stuff. There's people actually running out on the street. We're at the university now. The students are like just like telling us good job. See it? Right? That's what it is. The division is there, and that's the oldest rule, oldest tactic of controlling people. Divide and conquer, right? So now the people hate us because we are demonstrating. They don't hate the government for making us demonstrate. And the reality is the government is also controlled by the same companies, by the same rich people. They don't care about religion. They don't care about governments. They're just rich people in their little or big neat things, having fun, doing whatever they want. And I don't blame them. Honestly, I'd like to do the same. I'd love to be rich, to be able to sleep with young, beautiful girls every night, eat caviar. You know, why not? Everybody wants sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But in reality, all I've always ever wanted was just my home and my family. I was perfectly happy with my wife and my children. Lost them for many reasons that I will talk about before, including personal reasons. When I got married, it was my first time to be married, first time to be a father. I made mistakes, of course, everybody does. No support. When I asked for the support of the government instead of helping us out, they made it even worse. More about that in the next video. We are getting now to Confederation building. I'm going to stop the video now. I am grateful to be Canadian. I am happy to be Canadian. I love this country. I love this whole world. I love Bosnia and Herzegovina as well. I love everybody. I love everybody. I really, really do. That's the whole point of this thing. We do not stand with racism. We do not stand with fascism. No, we're not supporting any of that crap. No, we just want freedom. We want freedom. We want to know what is going on. We want to share the world. Share the world.
Yeah, they're telling them in loudspeakers, I guess, if you're there on the scene. They're also reaching out via social media and through people like us to encourage people to remove children from the area. They say they are just not safe there. And Chris, it's quite interesting. Thank you, Olivia. We will be back to you as things develop, and just be in touch if anything is happening.
Amazing.
Down on the streets of Ottawa. Chris, the police tactics are quite interesting.
Fortunately enough, as you can hear, or you can't, there is some kind of noise coming from my front wheel. There is always something, right? Okay, so I'm actually going to make a U-turn here and actually try to go to the front. This is my goal. So let me see if I can actually make a U-turn. My friend Ina. It's amazing how many people I've actually met over the years, over the months, couple of months, who became such close friends just because we shared these views that we want freedom. And it's amazing, people from different walks of life. I mean, we have lawyers, we have musicians, we have janitors, teachers, just regular people. You would think that it is a minority, but it isn't. Again, I'd say like 80% of people here have been vaccinated. You know, they follow all the rules. For how long? Until when? History or time will tell. But we know this is too much crap. Again, grateful to be here. Thank you Canada for giving me a chance to be a human again. I'm going to park my car and go join my friends at this rally here. I'm sad we don't have music today, but it is what it is, right? There you go. It's beautiful, man. There's like hundreds of people and hundreds of cars here. This is deadly. I love it. I love you all. Cheers, guys. And seriously, do something for yourself. Don't forget you owe it to yourself. Whatever your heart tells you to do, do it. If you want to demonstrate against me, sure. Let's do that. Let's do it peacefully. Love you all. Cheers.